8.5, factoring with the lead coefficient 1. In other words, the first term is just x squared. So the first thing we want to do for here is multiply the first term by the last term, 1 times 32. Since they're both positive, we have 1 times 32, 2 times 16, and 4 times 8. And we need them then to add to the middle term, which is 12. So again, since they're both positive, we have 4 plus 8 adds to 12. So now that we have the 4 plus 8 is 12, we rewrite the middle term as 4x plus 8x. Again, 4x plus 8x is 12x. So we're separating the middle term. Next, we just bring down the first term, which is x squared, and we bring down the last term, which is 32. Now that we have 4 terms, we group the first two and we group the last two. Notice that they are separated by the plus sign in the middle. Now I take the first term and factor out the GCF of x squared plus 4x, which is just x. Notice that inside the parentheses I get just x plus 4. Now using that x plus 4, I can use that to determine if I factored properly on the other end. What goes into both 8 and 32 is 8, which then leaves me with x plus 4 again inside the parentheses. So notice that in both sets of parentheses is x plus 4. Here, my other term will so happen to be just x plus 8. Going on to the second example, but going through a little quicker, I take 1 times negative 10, which is negative 10. My factors of 10 are 1 and 10, and 2 and 5. However, since it's negative, I need to find the difference, which will sum to then negative 3. The positive 2 and negative 5 will give me a negative 3. I rewrite the middle term as positive 2x minus or plus a negative 5x. Again, notice there's a plus sign between, so 2x plus negative 5x is negative 3x. I bring down my first term, I bring down my last term, I group my first term with my first factor, I group my second term with my second factor. Again, pulling out the GCF of both of the groupings, I get x times x plus 2 for the first, and I pull out a negative 5, which will give me another x plus 2. Be cautious that when you pull out a negative 5, that negative 2 and a positive 2, or negative 5 times a positive 2 will give me my negative 10. Factored properly because inside the parentheses is the same thing, and the other factor is going to be the x minus 5. Now, since our lead coefficient is 1 on both of the problems, we also can notice that our factors are positive 4 and positive 8 for the first one, which ends up being my answer. And for the second one, when I have the positive 2 and the negative 5, it ends up being my two factors there as well. So I can skip some of the steps when I recognize that the first term is a lead coefficient of 1, in other words, x squared.